Hey everybody, welcome to That Vinyl channel. I'm That Vinyl Guy Boss. I know last week was Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving with their friends and family, but I'm glad to see you all here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these records that I played last week. And the first one here is Corridors of Power. This is the second solo album by Irish guitarist Gary Moore, released in October of 1982, formerly with the band Thin Lizzy. Throughout Gary's career, he has played blues, jazz fusion, hard rock, and metal. This hard rock album had moderate success, reaching number 149 on the US Billboard album charts. Moving on to the 1976 release Snakes and Ladders by the group Faces. This is a compilation greatest hits album. All but one of the featured songs has Rod Stewart on the lead. Some of their biggest hits are here, including Stay With Me, Had a Real Good Time, and Pull Hall Richard. The album was really good and I enjoyed listening to it. And this is a dollar bin grab from last week called Sound of the Times by Les and Larry Elgert. Released in 1966, this is an easy listening jazz album covering hit songs of the time, including the Batman theme, Nowhere Man, and Sloop John B. Considering it was just $1, it was actually in excellent shape and I'm glad I picked it up. So this was an interesting find. Santa Claus Blues, released in 1986. This is a collection of holiday songs, some dating back to the 1920s. This is not your typical holiday album. Though called Santa Claus Blues, the album also has some swing and jazz music. Overall, it's a great Christmas album and features songs most of us probably had never heard before. Here we have Lipstick, The Daily Grind. This is a compilation of all known recordings of this Seattle metal glam band, featuring both studio and live tracks from 1982 through 1984. This is a Too Many Records exclusive variant, and only 100 number albums were available. I have number 6. This is Supertramp Live 88. It's the second live album by this English rock band, released in October of 1988 on A&M Records. The album features a mix of live tracks from the band's Free as a Bird tour in 1987 and classic hits from their previous albums. There was not a US release available of this. This one here is from Venezuela. And here we have Barnes & Barnes with their 2021 release Pancake Dream. Barnes & Barnes is best known for their song Fish Heads, played often on the Dr. Demento show. The duo is made up of Billy Mumy, yes, from Lost in Space, and singer-songwriter Robert Hamer, who sadly passed away this year. Known as Art and Artie Barnes from the fictitious land of Lemania, they put out many Comedy Lace albums together. This album wasn't as good as their previous offerings, but I still enjoyed it. It came as a 2 LP set in a gatefold sleeve, where the two members signed the inside of the gatefold. Forbidden Planet is a 1956 American science fiction film starring Leslie Nielsen and featured Roby the Robot. The soundtrack was groundbreaking for its use of electronic music composed by Louis and Bebe Barron. It was the first entirely electronic score for a major motion picture. The vinyl release shown here is a reissue from 2015 and it sounds amazing. I picked up the Styx Cornerstone Japanese pressing from 1979 at a record show some time back. The album has a standard foldable gatefold instead of the trifold found on the original US pressings. It also has a silver specialty inner sleeve similar to the one found in the US pressings. The album features the band's only number 1 hit single, Babe. This Japanese version sounds great and is a welcome addition to my extensive Styx vinyl collection. This is the Tube's 1979 concept album, Remote Control, which explores the band's fascination with television and its impact on society. The album follows the story of a television-addicted savant, and the song Primetime features a couple professing their love for each other in TV jargon. While the album didn't chart in the US, it did reach number 34 in the UK. I actually enjoyed this album a lot. I'm a big fan of the Tubes, and I definitely recommend it. Lean on Me is a song originally written and recorded by American singer-songwriter Bill Withers. It was released in April 1972. Club Nouveau covered the song with a funk go-go beat, which they released in 1987, and it went all the way to number 1 in the US. This 12-inch single has several extended dance mixes and was a great find, as I really like the Club Nouveau's version of this classic song. And last but not least, we have April Wine's 1985 album, Walking Through Fire, which was born out of a contractual obligation with their label. Despite being the band's 12th studio album, It failed to chart in the US and was delayed for release in Canada until 1986. I actually like this album and think it's a great example of the synth hard rock sound that emerged in the mid-1980s. This album features several tracks that showcase the fusion of hard guitar riffs with synth-driven melodies, creating its unique and powerful sound. It's really a great album and another one that I recommend. Alright, that's all I have for you today. I do want to thank everybody for joining me today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do so. But I do want to thank everybody for being here, and I'll see you all next time.